Welcome to our end of week news bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubo. The KDF Weekly Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In today's bulletin, Iranian president visits Kenya, fighting terror in the northeastern region, bolstering training at National Defense University, Kenya, Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service visits Kenya Navy, and Kenya Defense Forces participates in diabetes management and information work. To begin our broadcast tonight, Honorable Aden Duale, Cabinet Secretary for Defense, alongside his counterpart from the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Dr. Alfred Mutua, received the President of the Islamic State of Iran, His Excellency Dr. Ibrahim Raisi. The Iranian president was on a one-day state visit to Kenya. Here is our reporter with more on the story.
During the visit, His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, held bilateral talks with the visiting head of state at State House here in Nairobi. They discussed a wide range of issues and signed a number of memoranda of understanding that shall enable the two countries to collaborate in strategic areas for the benefit of their citizens. Thereafter, CS Duale accompanied His Excellency Raisi to Parliament buildings, where he laid a wreath at the mausoleum of Kenya's founding president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta.
In fighting terror, Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, held a series of meetings with security and intelligence teams in the northeastern region in a bid to find lasting peace and stability in the area. The Cabinet Secretary reiterated the importance of collaboration between locals and security agencies in fighting terrorism and violent extremism posed by Al-Shabaab. Here is more.
Kushikana na Provincial Administration, kushikana na Kenya Defense Forces and other security agencies to work with the government and give vital information. Na tutembee bega kwa bega to dismantle and destroy Al-Shabaab once and for all.
Honorable Duale implored upon the locals to work together with security agencies, noting that security is a joint responsibility for every citizen. His sentiments were reiterated by the leaders who accompanied him and noted that good rapport with security agencies enhances information sharing, which is key in degrading terrorism.
Moving on to enhancing efficiency and effectiveness in training, General Francis Ogola, Chief of the Defense Forces, chaired the 4th Regular Council meeting of the National Defense University, Kenya at the International Peace Support Training Center in Karen, Nairobi. The council, being the governing body of the university, has played a key role in supporting the university management by setting up critical governing structures, recruiting primary staff, and developing key infrastructure. Our reporter has the details.
The Chief of Defense Forces exuded confidence on the experience and diversity of the membership of the Council and implored upon them to steer the institution to its vision of being a center of excellence in training, education, and research in national security and strategy, not only in the region, but in the world.
In other news, Mr. Felix Koskei, the Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service, paid a courtesy call on Major General Jimson Mutai, Commander Kenya Navy in Mtongwe, Mombasa County. During his visit, Mr. Koskei was briefed on the organization of the Kenya Navy and the roles of the service in national security, as well as the operations conducted to ensure maritime security in the Western Indian Ocean. He also toured the Kenya Shipyard Limited Mombasa Shipyard and was enlightened on its organization and roles in harnessing the shipbuilding potential. Moving on, Mr. Patrick Mariru, the Principal Secretary for Defense, hosted the Governor for Nairobi City County, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, who paid him a courtesy call at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The two leaders discussed the progress of the construction of Uhuru and Central Parks that are under renovation by the Kenya Defense Forces. Mr. Mariru noted that the construction works were at an advanced stage and shall be ready for handover to the City County in the near future. On his part, the Governor acknowledged the tremendous work done by the military on the two parks, saying that they will continue collaborating on the areas of mutual benefit. They say once a soldier, always a soldier. Ambassador Major General Retired Lucas Tumbo, Military Veterans Advisory Committee Chairman, together with Brigadier Jacob Ondieki, Director Veterans Affairs, issued General Retired Mohammed Mahamoud, former Chief of General Staff, with his official Veterans Identification Card here in Nairobi. Take a look.
General Retired Mohamoud appreciated the gesture and congratulated both Major General Retired Tumbo and Brigadier Ondieki for their efforts towards integrating all veterans back into the Kenya Defence Forces welfare circle. He noted that the military had come a long way since his time in office and predicted better fortunes for the institution in the days to come. The Kenya Defence Forces Veterans Affairs Office was formed to register many retired service personnel so as to benefit from Kenya Defence Forces veteran welfare programs.
Also this week, the Principal Secretary for Defense, Mr. Patrick Mariru, separately hosted Ms. Salome Biako, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Correctional Services, and Ms. Bernice Lemedeket, the Principal Administrative Secretary for the National Police Service. The two meetings were aimed at drawing a roadmap for the intended handover of Wanini Kireri Magereza Hospital and the National Police Service Hospital, constructed by the Kenya Defence Forces for the Kenya prisons and the National Police Service, respectively. On her part, Ms. Lemedeket thanked the Kenya Defence Forces for their dedication, commitment and efficiency that enabled them to deliver the projects in record time. Take a look.
Mr. Mariru noted that both hospitals were complete, fully equipped and ready for handover to be used by the Kenya Prisons and National Police Service, their families and dependents. Each of the two Level 4 hospitals have a bed capacity of 150 patients and have imitated the design of the Kenya Defence Forces regional Level 4 hospitals constructed in Nairobi, Isiolo, Eldoret and Nakuru. The facilities have key sections including intensive care units, a maternity wing, male and female wards, and a helipad for aerial evacuation, among others.
In securing a healthy nation, Kenya Defence Forces troops participated in the Citizens Digital Diabetes Management and Information Walk, dubbed Step Out and Stand with Children Living with Diabetes. The annual event was on a 3-year break following the effects of COVID-19 and is aimed at ensuring every diabetic Kenyan of up to 25 years of age lives a normal life. The 12-kilometer walk started and ended at Carnival Gardens here in Nairobi County. Here are more details on the walk.
Appropriate message to all.
In his opening address, Dr. Ephantas Mare, the head of Department of Non-Communicable Diseases under the Ministry of Health, applauded the large number of citizens, including students, who turned up willing and enthusiastic to participate in the course. He affirmed continued support of the ministry in ensuring every child living with diabetes is provided with the necessary medication and psychological support.
Kitu moja tungetaka kuhakikisha DMI ni kwamba ministry tuko tayari and very eager kuendeleza hiyo uhusiano ambayo tumekuwa nao, kwa vile ni through that collaboration tumeweza kupatia huduma watoto wa nchi hii ambao wako na ugonjwa wa kisukari.
Eve Njenga, one of Diabetes Management and Information Board members, alluded that aside from raising funds for the provision of insulin, the walk is also intended to demystify myths and state facts about diabetes among children.
And now, on to matters team building. Mr. Patrick Mariru, the Principal Secretary for Defense, today joined various heads of department at the ministry for a team building exercise aimed at building cohesion, enhancing physical fitness, as well as sharpening their problem-solving skills at the Ulinzi Sports Complex in Lang'ata, here in Nairobi. Have a look.
PS Mariru hailed the team for supporting the Kenya Defence Forces achieving its primary mandate of defending and protecting the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Kenya. In addition, Mr. Mariru thanked the Accounts Department and other heads of departments for the increasingly growing signage and working together. He cited that this has made the ministry obtain clean books of accounts for the last 6 years.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Weekly Bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerugo. Goodbye.